Chapter 91 Named Disciple. You are listening at MTnovel.audio. Luo Feng was slightly startled. Demon Babata. This is the name after being translated into Chinese on your earth. Babata said, if it were changed to the universal language of the universe, I should be called XXXXX. Although both Yang and Wu heard the last words Babata said clearly, they couldn't understand them at all. The word, devil, here is what I call myself. Babata said with a smile, essentially, I am an intelligence. Intelligence? Luo Feng asked doubtfully, is it the same as the intelligence in the ruins of ancient civilization number 9? Luo Feng. Babata said with great dissatisfaction, how can you confuse my great demon Babata with that kind of low-level intelligence? The intelligence in the ancient civilization ruins number 9, although it is not thinking about problems, it's no worse than humans, but with intelligence like it, I have countless people under my command on the fallen ink star, but I, the demon Babata, am truly unique. I have followed my master throughout the universe for more than 60 million years. I have long transcended intelligence and can be called an intelligent life. It is the same existence as your human life, as well as some animal and plant life. Babata's voice became more and more excited. I also have joy, anger, sorrow, and joy, and I can also cultivate and evolve. And the master also prepared it for me back then. Babata was recalling the glorious years when he was with Hu Yanbo. Luo Feng stood aside and listened with interest, but Yang Wu, who was familiar with the plot, felt a little bored. However, Babata stopped after talking for a while, because an extremely luxurious transparent crystal coffin had slowly emerged from the ground. The crystal coffin is 6 meters long, about 4 meters wide, and 2 meters high. It looks extremely exquisite. Moreover, the crystal coffin is still exuding an extremely terrifying cold air. Inside the crystal coffin lay a corpse about 3 meters tall. From the outside, it looked very similar to an earthling, except that there were 2 flexible tentacles on its forehead. Is this Hu Yanbo? Yang Wu looked at the corpse in the crystal coffin quietly, feeling filled with emotion. I'm afraid Hu Yanbo will never think that the backup plan he left behind to avoid the severance of the inheritance of the fallen ink star actually allowed him to come back to life. Owner. Babata grabbed the crystal coffin hard, with a ferocious and excited expression, and then 2 tears actually flowed down from his somewhat red eyes. You too, kneel down. Babata suddenly turned his head to look at Yang Wu and Luo Feng. Luo Feng was stunned for a moment, but Yang Wu on the side knelt down directly. By kneeling down, you can at least gain part of the fallen ink star's inheritance, which is definitely not a loss. Seeing Yang Wu kneeling down, Luo Feng also knelt down quickly, but there was still a trace of resistance in his heart. When Babata saw Yang Wu kneeling down, he explained, I asked you to kneel down because you two are both members of my fallen ink star. And my master is the great fallen ink star. Lord. Do you think you should kneel down? Lord of the fallen ink star. Luo Feng took a deep breath and asked in surprise, could this corpse be Hu Yanbo? That's right. Babata's voice was a little low. The master's name, translated into Chinese on your earth, is Yanbo. Upon hearing these words, the resistance in Luo Feng's heart immediately disappeared completely. He received some inheritance from the fallen ink star in the ruins of ancient civilization number 9, so it is appropriate to pay homage to Hu Yanbo. Luo Feng. Babata looked at Luo Feng seriously and asked, let me ask you, are you willing to worship my master as your master and become the future master of the fallen ink star? Of course, the fallen ink star has been destroyed long ago. This huge force, it has been extinct for 50,000 years. Apprenticeship? Luo Feng was slightly startled. Worship a dead person as your teacher. Could it be that, this super strong man named Hu Yanbo still has inherited treasures left behind? However, Luo Feng quickly returned to his senses and asked quickly, Babata, what about Brother Yang? As for Yang Wu. Babata thought for a moment and waved his hand, directly blocking Yang Wu's perception. Then Babata said slowly, although Yang Wu is just a warrior, he can understand the realm at the planet level. What's even more frightening is that he is only in his 20s now. With such a genius, I will follow my master to traverse the vast universe. In more than 60 million years, although I have heard of a lot, I have never seen a few. Therefore, after you become my master, you can accept him as my registered disciple. In more than 60 million years, we haven't seen many geniuses like Brother Yang. Luo Feng was slightly dazed and asked doubtfully, is it difficult to understand the realm? Luo Feng knew that both Yang Wu and Hong had domains. Although the bald crystal man in the ancient civilization ruins number 9 once said that domains were rare, Luo Feng still felt that when he reached the age of the other party, he could also understand the domains. Luo Feng, what do you know? Babata stared and said, let's put it this way, the Sky Escape Shuttle and the Escape Secret Book you got have 3 major forms. Among them, the conditions for casting the 3rd form, do you remember? Remember. Luo Feng nodded and said, when it reaches the cosmic level, the amplitude reaches 48 times, you can only use it if you have your own domain. Of these 3 conditions, reaching the universe level is only one of them. What does this mean? Babata said directly, this means that even among the universe-level experts, there are many people who have no domain. That is the universe a super strong person, under normal development conditions, only one such strong person can appear in a galaxy. If a cosmic-level person has a domain, he is considered a strong person. If a star-level person has a domain, he can be called a genius. Many major forces in the universe will accept him as a disciple. And those who can own fields at the planet level are the geniuses among geniuses. The monster among monsters. If such a character is discovered in the universe, he will either be killed by others out of jealousy, or he will attract the crazy attention of all the major forces. And what about Yang Wu? He is not yet 30 years old. You have to know that planet-level warriors and spiritual masters can theoretically live for 1,000 years. Later, Babata couldn't help but said regretfully, it's a pity that neither Yang Wu nor Hong has the talent of a spiritual master. After hearing what Babata said, Luo Feng was speechless. It turns out that he still took advantage of the spiritual master's talent, however, Luo Feng also had a hint of ambition in his heart at this time. Since Brother Yang can comprehend the realm in his 20s, then I can definitely do it too. Of course. Babata ignored Luo Feng and continued, if Luo Feng is not willing to accept him as a disciple after you become a disciple, I can also trap him here and kill him. The task Yanbo left to Babata was to train his new successor, Luo Feng, who became his disciple. Even if Babata is very optimistic about Yang Wu's talent, he cannot put the cart before the horse. No. Luo Feng shouted quickly, Yang Wu didn't know how much he had helped him all this time. How could he ask Babata to kill him? Then, let's get down to business. Babata looked at Luo Feng solemnly, Luo Feng, you decide, are you willing to become my master's disciple? If you become a disciple, you can get many gifts prepared by my master for his disciples, but if you don't become a disciple, I will have no choice but to kill you and Yang Wu here. You decide, the choice is yours. How to become a disciple? Luo Feng asked directly. He knew very well that being taught by a teacher and practicing on his own were completely different things. Moreover, his and Yang Wu's lives were also controlled by each other. Very good. Luo Feng, your choice is wise. Babata waved his hand, and the energy that blocked Yang Wu's perception dissipated instantly, and Yang Wu could hear the conversation between them again. Yang Wu only heard Babata saying in a low voice, Luo Feng, now that the fallen ink star has been destroyed, everything is simple. You only need to count out 8 times in front of the master's body. Good. Luo Feng nodded, then immediately knelt down and count out 8 times solemnly. Babata was looking at Luo Feng with relief at this time, and said slowly, from today on, Luo Feng, you are the 5th direct disciple of the master, and the last one who is still alive. As for Yang Wu. Suddenly, Babata turned his gaze to Yang Wu and said calmly, Master has only one direct disciple. Originally, I planned to kill you directly, but Luo Feng has always been there for you. Please forgive me, I have to give him some face. Let's do this. You kowtow 5 times in front of the master's body and become his registered disciple. Babada. Luo Feng asked from the side, can't we let Brother Yang also become a direct disciple? No. Babada said seriously, you can only have one direct disciple, and it must be a spiritual master. Babada. Luo Feng. What Luo Feng was about to say was suddenly interrupted by Yang Wu. Yang Wu said with a smile, I appreciate your kindness. I just want to be a registered disciple. In the original work, Hong and Lei Shan also joined the fallen ink star after awakening from the battle with the Golden Horn Behemoth, but they also did not come into contact with the core inheritance. Although intelligent life forms are already intelligent beings, they essentially still have to obey their master's orders. Yang Wu didn't think he could ask Babada, an intelligent life form, to make an exception for him, so Yang Wu directly interrupted Luo Feng. Then Yang Wu took 2 steps forward, knelt in front of Hu Yanba's body, and kowtowed 5 times respectfully. Chapter 92 Amazing Harvest. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. You made the wisest choice. Babada raised his head and said confidently, because of the choice you two made, your entire planet will benefit. With the help of my demon Babada, your name will spread throughout the Silver Blue Empire and even the entire Black Dragon Mountain Star territory. In the future, countless beings will worship you as gods, and your every move can determine the rise and fall of a planetary race. Yang Wu looked at Babada, who was getting more and more excited, but it was hard to interrupt him. However, what Babada said is true. In the future, Luo Feng will not only become the most powerful pillar of the human race in the universe, but can also determine the rise and fall of all races in the universe. This achievement is much higher than what Babada said. Too much. When Babada finished sighing, he ignored Yang Wu again. It said directly to Luo Feng, the master is dead and cannot teach you personally. Therefore, I will teach you on behalf of the master. Don't worry, the master has already arranged everything before he died. As long as you practice according to the master's arrangements, it will not be a problem to become a powerful world lord after spending more than 100,000 years. Luo Feng nodded. For him, whether it is 100,000 years or a world lord level powerhouse, it is all out of reach, so he does not aim too high. Now, let me give you a storage space item. For the next period of time, Babada kept bringing out various treasures prepared by Hu Yanba for his disciples and handed them to Luo Feng. The worst among them were the black god suits that could make countless war god level warriors compete for them: Space Ring, Black God Suit, Moyun Vine Larvae, 3rd level Telekinesis Weapon Arc Blade. Except for the Black God Suit, I am afraid that if any other piece is exposed in the universe, it will cause a fight among the strong. The only pity is that these treasures have nothing to do with Yang Wu. Then, in order to broaden Luo Feng's horizons, Babada began to give Luo Feng some general information about the universe. These situations are just some common messages in the universe and do not involve the core inheritance of the fallen ink star, so Babada did not stop Yang Wu from listening. Although Yang Wu is even more knowledgeable than Babada because he has read the original work, he only knows very rough information. But what Babada mastered was too detailed. After a long time, Babada finally said roughly what he wanted to say: Ganwu Universe Kingdom, Black Dragon Mountain Star Region, Silver Blue Empire, the primary civilization of the universe, the Milky Way, planet level, star level, universe level, domain lord level, world lord level, even the eternal immortal gods. This information, even if Babada only revealed a little bit, was enough to open the eyes of Luo Feng, who had just become the descendant of the fallen ink star. After everything was explained clearly, Babada turned his eyes to Yang Wu. Yang Wu. Babada said calmly, you are just the registered disciple of the master. Before the master died, he did not leave any treasures to you. However, when you entered the spacecraft, you had already put away the wooden crystal. I won't ask for it from you anymore. Just use it sparingly, and it's almost enough for you to cultivate to the star level. As for the secret inheritance, if I, a disciple of the falling ink star, do not make any special contributions, it will be difficult for me to obtain the precious secret law inheritance. Babada. Luo Feng suddenly shouted from the side. He already knew just now that Hu Yanbo left him a large number of various secret techniques, including the inheritance of many warriors. In his opinion, it is okay to teach Yang Wu some. Babata waved his hand to interrupt what Luo Feng was about to say, and then continued to ask Yang Wu, however, this is your first apprenticeship and you can choose several secret techniques to practice. Do you have any ideas? When facing Yang Wu, Babata's attitude was far inferior to that when facing Luo Feng. However, Yang Wu didn't care about this. After all, the current situation was stronger than others. He believes that as his strength improves, Babata's attitude will definitely change. Master Babata, do you have any good suggestions? Yang Wu asked respectfully. Hearing Yang Wu call it Lord Babata, Babata felt much happier. Before the fallen ink star was destroyed, it could often be called such a name. Moreover, when it accompanied its master Hu Yanbo to travel across the universe, he often bullied several of his master's disciples. You know what's going on. Babata said with a smile, then I'll give you some pointers. Luo Feng, listen too. Luo Feng stood aside and nodded. Yang Wu, although you are a genetic warrior, you must also pay attention to your spirit and will. The most powerful people in the universe have no shortcomings. Especially the domain lords and world lords. They have very high requirements in terms of spirit, will, original energy, body, realm, etc. So, I recommend you to practice a secret soul defense technique. I have an article called Soul Suppression here, which is enough for you to practice to the domain lord level. Secondly, as a warrior, you must pay attention to exerting force. Your exertion is good and has reached 24 times your own brute force. It seems that you should have obtained the Fundamentals of Warriors 289, although this secret book is a popular item in the universe. After you practice it all, it can make your power reach 30 times, as for the rest, I have a copy of Charging Power here, so I will make an exception and teach it to you. If you can cultivate it to perfection, it will be enough for you to travel across the Black Dragon Mountain Star territory. The last is the most important secret method of understanding the fields and laws. If any kind of such secret method is left outside, it will cause countless strong people to fight. Although the first two secret techniques are important in the early stage, they are just combat secret techniques and are not the most precious. And this secret technique that can help people understand the domain and laws is the most precious. Only by owning a domain can you break through to the domain lord level, and only by comprehending the original laws of the universe can you have the opportunity to become a domain lord. Your talent is really good. You can understand the realm at such a young age. I will teach you the fire world. This is a secret method that directly points to the original law of fire. Even if you are a world master, everyone will be greedy. If you can fully understand it, you will have the opportunity to become a high and eternal immortal god. As for the other secret techniques, you can only get them after you make a huge contribution to the fallen ink star lineage. After Babata finished speaking, he waved a ray of light and shot it at the auxiliary optical brain on Yang Wu's wrist that was obtained from the ruins of ancient civilization number 9. I have upgraded your auxiliary optical brain. Now it can barely be called an intelligent optical brain. In addition, I have also put some secrets and some cultivation methods into it. But, Babata suddenly said solemnly, Yang Wu, you must remember that we, the UnlimitedFlow star lineage, are absolutely prohibited from teaching secrets to others. I understand. Yang Wu nodded, and then solemnly swore, I, Yang Wu, will never pass on secrets from the lineage of UnlimitedFlow. Babata was very happy to see Yang Wu being so knowledgeable. It waved its hand and put the crystal coffin containing Hu Yanbo's body back into the ground. Come on, it's time for us to leave. After saying that, Babata took Yang Wu and the others back into the hull. After asking Luo Feng to collect several immortal corpses, the three of them walked out of the fallen ink star together. Boom. Yang Wu only felt the space shake violently, and then the huge Yuming star spacecraft disappeared out of thin air. The huge gap created in the ground caused countless rocks and soil to fall. Yang and Wu immediately opened up their defenses to prevent the rocks from getting closer. Yang Wu, Luo Feng and I still have things to do, so let's separate here first. Babata ordered directly. Yang Wu knew that Babata should be taking Luo Feng to find the sharp fragment that fell off the fallen ink star, so he directly replied, "Yes, Lord Babata. More will be added tomorrow." Chapter 93 Plan. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. After Yang Wu and Luo Feng separated, Luo Feng asked doubtfully, "Babata, what are we going to do?" At this time, Babata has entered Luo Feng's armed guard and is only communicating with him in Luo Feng's mind. Babata said with a smile, "We are going to find a piece of the spacecraft that fell off when the fallen ink star fell into the earth and was trapped underground. It's just a fragment." Luo Feng asked doubtfully, "Why are you looking for it?" Luo Feng. Babata's voice rang in Luo Feng's mind, "What do you think the fallen ink star is? Is it an ordinary spaceship on a bad street in the universe? This fallen ink star is the result of the owner's endless energy and sacrifice. A top-notch spaceship obtained at an extremely high price. Even if it's a small piece of the spaceship, you, the Earth, can't afford it if you pack it up and sell it. More importantly, that fragment was originally on the edge of the fallen ink star. One side is extremely sharp. It will be your most important weapon in the future. Wait until you can tell me the secret method inherited from the fallen ink star. For starters, with that fragment, I'm afraid I can kill your Earth's second speaker, Thor." "Is a fragment so powerful?" Luo Feng said in surprise. "Thor is a 7th-level planetary warrior. He can kill the opponent with just a piece of debris. What do you know?" Babata's voice was very excited. "The material of that fragment is the extremely precious red mixed copper mother. It is extremely valuable. Even the Domain Lord will rob it crazily. Although the Domain Lord will not go crazy, he is also I'll be greedy. In terms of value, just that fragment is comparable to an ordinary 5th-level force weapon, and it has a sharp blade-like edge, which is enough for you to fight at several lower levels at the planet level. In addition, the Thunder God is just a wild kid and has not received any powerful inheritance. Although his realm is good, he has not realized the realm, so it is not a problem for you to defeat him." After hearing this, Luo Feng nodded seriously. "Okay, we're here." Babata said with a smile, "The fragments are in front of you, go and collect them." When Luo Feng put away the red copper mother fragment, Babata said again, "Luo Feng, this fragment will be your strongest weapon for a while in the future. You must keep it well. However, it is made of red copper. Made by a mother, it is extremely precious, so be careful when using it so that no one discovers it." Luo Feng nodded. "Okay, let's go." Bang. 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 Yang Wu smashed countless rocks from a depth of more than 10,000 meters underground, broke through the lake, and flew into the air. It is already the morning of January 4, 2059, the sky outside was a clear blue, with silky white clouds floating in the sky. Occasionally, some birds and monsters flew rapidly from high altitudes. Yang Wu was floating in mid-air, in a very good mood. Drop. 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 "Master, there's a call from Hong." The voice of the upgraded auxiliary intelligence on Yang Wu's arm rang in Yang Wu's mind. "Connect." Yang Wu immediately ordered. "Hey." Hong's voice appeared directly in Yang Wu's mind with the help of intelligence. "Lao San, what happened just now? I called you twice, but you didn't get through." "Master, we were inside the fallen ink star just now, and Master Babata blocked all signals." The auxiliary intelligence explained quickly. "Maybe the signal was not good just now." Yang Wu randomly found a reason, and then asked, "Brother Hong, are you looking for me in such a hurry? Is there something wrong?" "It's nothing. There is probably no Akira Miyazaki left under the Kirishima Lake now, so the second child and I will leave first." "But..." Hong changed the subject and continued, "Lao San, you usually practice so fast, so you probably don't need the Muya crystal. If you have extra Muya crystals, you can exchange them for some treasures with me." Obviously, Hong attributed all the credit for Yang Wu's promotion to the 6th planetary level so quickly to Yang Wu's talent. but what he didn't know was that Yang Wu was able to reach the 6th planetary level so quickly only because in the previous 3 simulations, Yang Wu all chose the rewards of the martial arts realm. This was how he could break through to the 6th planetary level so quickly. Among them, in the first simulation, Yang Wu broke through to the 3rd planetary level, and was then killed by the Golden Horn Behemoth. In the second simulation, Yang Wu broke through to the 5th planetary level, and was also killed by the Golden Horn Behemoth. The third simulation allowed Yang Wu to break through to the 6th level, but he still died at the hands of the Golden Horn Giant Beast. Although Yang Wu is about to break through to the 7th level of the planetary level, if he wants to continue to practice quickly, he really cannot do without the assistance of Mu Yaojing. However, Yang Wu got a lot of Muya crystals this time, so he could properly support Hong and Lei Shen. Brother Hong, I did get some Muya crystals this time, but you don't have much treasure left, right? Yang Wu asked with a smile. When he first taught Hong and Lei Shen 289 basic styles for warriors, Yang Wu had already selected all their treasures. Hong was suddenly speechless. Although he still has a lot of treasures, their use for Yang Wu is far inferior to Mu Yaojing. Haha. Yang Wu said with a smile, Brother Hong, you are just kidding me. I got a lot of wood crystals this time, so I will give 10 to each of you and Brother Lei. You sent people to get them. Or should I send it to you? 10. Hong was suddenly shocked. He searched hard in Kurashima for a long time, and with the assistance of many patrol envoys and personal guards under his command, he only got less than 20 wood crystals. Hong originally thought that he was the one who got the most Muya crystals, but he didn't expect that Yang Wu actually got much more than him. He didn't believe that these 20 were all Yang Wu's wooden crystals. Third brother. Hong suddenly said seriously, you must have obtained the true inheritance of this Kurashima ruins, right? Although Muya crystal is precious, Hong is not particularly fond of it. What he valued the most was the previous cheat book Warrior Basics 289 styles. Unfortunately, the cheat book only had the first part. If Yang Wu really got the inheritance, maybe he would be able to practice with more profound secrets. That's not true. Yang Wu said calmly, I was just lucky and got some Muya crystals, but I didn't get the real inheritance of this place. Yang Wu told the truth. It was Luo Feng who received the real inheritance. What does it have to do with him, Yang Wu? However, Yang Wu also began to consider asking Luo Feng to accept Hong and Lei Shen as disciples of the fallen ink star. Okay then. Hong said slightly regretfully, Mu Yaojing, I'll go get it myself. Where are you now? At this time, Yang Wu had already started to return to Jiangnan Base City on a smart fighter plane, so he said directly, okay, Brother Hong, you can go directly to the Jiangnan Base City Martial Arts Headquarters, and call Brother Lei by the way, we will meet there. Okay. Hong said and hung up the phone. After Yang Wu hung up the phone, he sat alone in the smart fighter plane, but his mind was full of thoughts. He gave the Muya crystal to Hong and Lei Shen, and also wanted to find a way to help them worship the fallen ink star. This was not all for the sake of Hong and Lei Shen. Yang Wu wanted to make Hong and Lei Shen stronger, and then when he used the time simulator to simulate, the 3 of them could successfully kill the Golden Horn Beast, allowing him to live longer. In this way, even if the simulation was successful only once, Yang Wu's gains far exceeded the value of 10 wood crystals. However, at this time, the Golden Horn Giant Beast should have been born. Yang Wu said with emotion, you were born as a planet-level existence, and at your peak, you were able to become a realm master. It is really an enviable talent. However, it seems I can find it in advance. Thinking of this, Yang Wu was immediately moved. He can't deal with the first-level star-level Golden Horn Behemoth yet, but if there are only planet-level Golden Horn Behemoths that are just born, he will still have no problem dealing with them. The first order is 361. As agreed, 9 additional chapters will be added to the first order. Priority, additional updates, rewards for additional updates, monthly tickets for additional updates, first-time subscription for additional updates, all subscriptions for additional updates, written in the next chapter. Chapter 94 Thoughts. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. Soon, Yang Wu took a purple-red triangular fighter plane and arrived at the Extreme Martial Arts Headquarters in Jiangnan Base City. at this time, Hong and Lei Shen were already waiting here. The speed of their two fighters was faster than that of Yang Wu. In addition, they were also closer to the Jiangnan base city, so it was not surprising that they arrived faster than Yang Wu. On the tarmac on the roof of the Extreme Martial Arts headquarters building in Jiangnan base city, Hong and Lei Shen were waiting quietly. Behind them stood the inspectors of the two major martial arts schools. As for high-level officials such as presidents and supervisors, they were not qualified to appear here. Here we come. Thor smiled and looked at the sky. Whoosh. A purple-red triangular phantom appeared over the roof of the building almost teleportingly. Of course, with the eyesight of the four people present, they could still see the fuselage of Yang Wu's Qiankun-class smart fighter. The purple-red triangular fighter slowed down quickly and finally landed on the tarmac where Hong, Lei Shen and others were. Wow. The hatch opened, and Yang Wu, dressed in black, walked out with a smile. Lao San, you're finally here. Thor came over and patted Yang Wu on the shoulder, shouting with a smile. Yang Wu couldn't help but joked, "Brother Lei, are you welcoming me, or are you welcoming Mu Yaojing?" This. The god of thunder looked stunned, then laughed and said, "I'm greeting you with the Muya crystal." After receiving the news from Hong before, Lei Shen came over immediately when he heard that there were 10 wooden crystals to be taken. Unlike Hong, he doesn't have a domain that allows him to explore a large area, and he has fewer strong men than at the Extreme Martial Arts School. Therefore, although he had a slight advantage at the beginning, in the end, his harvest was not as good as Hong's, probably only 15 or 6. Hearing what Thunder God said, Yang Wu and Hong both laughed immediately. The other two inspectors seemed to have never seen this kind of attitude from Thor. They looked like they wanted to laugh but didn't dare to laugh, and they were also quite happy. Forget it. Yang Wu shook his head and said, "I know Brother Lei is not so kind. I won't say more. I will give Mu Yaojing directly to you and Brother Hong, and I can go home as soon as possible." Then, with a thought in Yang Wu's mind, 2 small piles of wood crystals appeared in front of him, with 10 pieces in each pile, while 2 piles of wood crystals floated towards Hong and Lei Shen respectively. Yang Wu also continued, "Brother Hong, Brother Lei, you must practice hard. I will soon break through to the 7th level of the planet level. Brother Hong, you have to work harder. Brother Lei, you also have to be careful about being overtaken by me. Don't worry, third brother." The god of thunder put the Muya crystal away and then said, "With these Muya crystals, I'm afraid it will be difficult for you to surpass me." Lu Feng and Lei Meng, who had been standing aside and waiting respectfully, also looked at the 2 piles of wood crystals sent by Yang Wu with envy. In the past few days, the 2 of them have also learned some information through the god of war palace. There are even many gods of war who are weaker than the 2 of them have gone to Kirishima. Unfortunately, they belong to the 2 major martial arts schools, and Hong and Lei Shen are not the same. They were not summoned, so they were unable to go to Kirishima. Looking at the 2 inspectors waiting aside, Yang Wu's heart moved. A wooden crystal appeared in front of Yang Wu again, and then slowly floated towards Lu Feng. Yang Wu smiled and said, "Inspector Lu has always helped me a lot, so I will give this wood crystal to you." "For me?" Lu Feng was stunned as he looked at the rice-scented Muya crystal floating in front of him. Speaking of which, it was not easy for Lu Feng. Originally, he was serving a good job in Jiangnan base city. When Yang Wu first became the inspector, he visited him several times. However, later Luo Feng suddenly became the invincible god of war and chose to work in Jiangnan base city. He could only vacate his position and return to the headquarters to cultivate, but before he could quietly cultivate for a few months, Luo Feng was trapped in the ruins of ancient civilization number 9. After Luo Feng's death was announced in the martial arts hall, he once again became the supervisor of Jiangnan base city, but before his but gets hot, Luo Feng actually comes out of the ruins of ancient civilization number 9 alive again. However, although Lu Feng's position has been changing, he has always respected Yang Wu. They happened to meet him today, and Yang Wu simply gave him a chance. Besides, Yang Wu also had a hint of evil in his heart. He looked at Lei Meng, whose face was full of envy on the other side, and said with a smile, "Those who have seen this wooden crystal have a share." "Inspector Lei Meng, whether you can ask for one depends on whether your museum owner pays enough attention to you." "Got it," Lei Meng's heart trembled a little when he heard this. Anyone who sees it has a share. Can he, Lei Meng, also get this treasure that allows people to break through to the planetary level? He couldn't help but glance at Thor, and then immediately lowered his head. This treasure is only a reward from the owner of the museum, so there is no reason for him to ask for it. You are so unreasonable, third brother. The god of thunder laughed and scolded, and then a wood crystal appeared in his hand, and shot towards Lei Meng, who lowered his head with a whoosh. Okay, you can take one too. The god of thunder glanced at Yang Wu and said, it will save you some people from calling me stingy, but if the god of thunder was asked to take out a wooden crystal, he would indeed feel a little distressed. In his opinion, it was a complete waste to create a planet-level first-order warrior with a single wood crystal. However, this time, Yang Wu gave him 10 Muya crystals at a time, and he could still bear one of them as a gift to a relatively good subordinate. Thank you, master. After receiving Mu Yao Jing, Lei Meng quickly thanked him excitedly. Brother Hong, Brother Lei. After the things have been delivered, I will go home first. Two powerful members of Congress were easily created, and Yang Wu felt very calm at this moment. After Yang Wu finished speaking, he immediately boarded his smart fighter again, took off directly, and returned to his home in Mingyue community. Hong and Lei Shen, after each urging them to accept it, left in a fighter plane, leaving only the two supervisors standing there to see each other off respectfully. Lei Meng, we too have made a lot of money this time. Lu Feng sighed after Yang Wu and the others left. Yes, I have also benefited from you, Lao Lu. Lei Meng said enviously, if Speaker Yang Wu hadn't valued you, I wouldn't have been able to obtain this wood crystal. Yang Wu disappeared for several days and was not at home on New Year's Day, which really made his family a little worried. Therefore, when Yang Wu returned home, his parents were very happy. However, they had no idea how much the entire Earth had changed in the past few days. Just after lunch, Yang Wu said hello to his parents and planned to go to Kyoto Bay City. A purple-red triangular fighter plane took off directly from Mingyue community and flew to the Kyoto Bay City located in the north of Xia Kingdom. Soon, Yang Wu took a fighter plane to the sky above the Kyoto Bay City. At the same time, Yang Wu also called Jia Yi, the strongest person in Xia Kingdom, through the God of War Palace. At this time, Jia Yi was contacting many powerful council members in the God of War Palace, and even some leaders of small and medium-sized forces, hoping to exchange for the Muya crystal in the other party's hands. Even if there is only one, it is extremely precious to the Huaxia Kingdom. However, he would not disturb Yang Wu, Hong and Lei Shen. Thinking about it, we all know that after the three of them obtain the Muya crystal, they will definitely use it for their own cultivation. Huh. Jia Yi was slightly surprised. The fifth speaker's phone number. Hey, fifth speaker, why are you looking for me? What, you've arrived at Kyoto Bay City? Okay, let's meet at the Extreme Club building. I'll be there soon. 10 minutes later, Yang Wu and Jia Yi, the strongest person in the Xia Kingdom, met in a quiet room in the headquarters building of the Extreme Guild Hall. Fifth speaker. Jia Yi greeted with a hint of respect. I wonder why you are looking for me this time. That the two had only met a few times in real life, and Jia Yi really couldn't figure out why Yang Wu found him. Seeing Jia Yi's confused eyes, Yang Wu asked with a smile, in the Battle of Kirishima, the world's strongest players were frantically competing for the wood crystal, and some members even died. I don't know how much wood our country got in total. Yao Jing. Is he here to ask for Muya Jing? Jia Yi was shocked, and then said with some caution, our country, Huaxia, acted a little slowly this time, and only got 6 pieces in total. A piece of wood crystal represents a new member of parliament. Unfortunately, there are too few Mu Yao Jing, and there are too few strong members of the Chinese Council. 6 wooden crystals, strictly speaking, are not too few. According to Babada, there are about 80 wooden crystals thrown by it, and most of them are at the 2 major martial arts schools. Some small forces occasionally grab 1 or 2. China can harvest 6. It's pretty good. It is a pity that in the face of the beast tide that breaks out from time to time, the number of 6 wood crystals is indeed not too much. With a thought in his mind, a delicate small wooden box suddenly appeared in front of Yang Wu. Yang Wu smiled and handed the wooden box to Jia Yi. This is it. Jia Yi took the wooden box doubtfully. Open it and take a look. Yang Wu said with a smile. Isn't it Muya Akira? Jia Yi said with a smile, and then carefully opened the wooden box, but after opening the wooden box, Jia Yi was completely stunned. A strong rice fragrance instantly filled the whole room. This is. Jia Yi looked at the small pile of wood crystals in the wooden box and was speechless. These are 10 wood crystals. Yang Wu said with a smile, this is my personal support for the country. If Yang Wu still had some selfish intentions in his heart before giving it to Honghe Lei Shenmu Yijing, then at this moment, Yang Wu had no selfish intentions. This is so precious. Jia Yi looked at the wooden box in his hand and felt that it weighed more than 1,000 kilograms. After a while, Jia Yi finally handed the wooden box to Yang Wu. Yang Wu, you should keep these wooden crystals for your own cultivation. When you become stronger, maybe you can get rid of the 2 beast kings in the sea. Got it. Jia Yi never thought that Yang Wu could produce so many Muya crystals. Everyone knows how precious Muya crystals are. If it were just 1 or 2, Jia Yi might be able to accept it, but so many Muya crystals can make anyone greatly improve their strength. Yang Wu, he also needs these. Muya crystal, God knows what kind of struggle Jia Yi had in his heart, but in the end he still rejected Yang Wu's kindness. Seeing this scene, Yang Wu was really moved. Obviously, Huaxia also needed these Muya crystals, but Jia Yi finally refused. Yang Wu can be sure that, except for the Huaxia kingdom, no other force on the earth will reject these 10 wood crystals. However, it is precisely because of this that China is China. I still have some Muya Akira. Yang Wu's heart moved, and a small pile of wood crystals appeared in his hand again. He pushed the wooden box to Jia Yi again. Yang Wu said with a smile, as for these, Jia Yi, just accept them on behalf of the country. There are currently only 263 average orders, starting from 300 average orders, and for every 50 average orders, an additional chapter will be added. 300 average orders also count. The delay in ordering is too serious. If you can, please support full ordering. Chapter 95 Unknown Simulation, recommended 500 extra updates last week. You are listening at MTnovel. In the following days, Yang Wu first improved his original gravity chamber of the ancient civilization with the help of the auxiliary intelligence, Qi Yan, and then used Muji crystals to replace some ordinary ones with Luo Feng and Babata. The C12 energy crystal can only be used by advanced civilizations in the universe. Although not much was exchanged, it was enough for Yang Wu to use for a year or two. After everything was prepared, Yang Wu began to practice the 3 secret techniques obtained from the fallen ink star with the help of the auxiliary intelligence Qi Yan. Unfortunately, it is too difficult to get started with the secret method of increasing power charging power, so Yang Wu can only continue to practice basic 289 styles for warriors for the time being. Fire World is also extremely obscure and difficult to understand. Even with the assistance of intelligence, Yang Wu himself has reached the 2nd level of the field, and can only study a small part of the front content for the time being. On the other hand, Yang Wu practiced the secret soul defense method soul suppression very quickly. In just over 20 days, Yang Wu has mastered the 1st level of the secret method of soul suppression, the soul condensation chapter. The soul secret method is divided into 3 levels, corresponding to the star level, the universe level, and the domain lord level. Among them, the soul condensing chapter generally requires a star-level warrior or a spiritual master to practice it. Logically speaking, it is impossible for Yang Wu, who is only at the 6th level of the planetary level, to successfully complete the 1st level. However, the Earth has been transformed by a God King level powerhouse, making it easier for the people on Earth to become stronger, and Yang Wu's state of mind has already reached the 1st level of mind cultivation, and his will is even comparable to that of ordinary realm masters. Although the intensity of his consciousness is a little worse, he can practice this astral level. The soul defense secret method is naturally extremely simple. If Yang Wu hadn't been restricted by his planet-level consciousness, he would have been able to practice the secret technique of soul suppression to the 3rd level in a short period of time. Time flies, and in a blink of an eye, the time comes to February 1st, 2059. this day was also the day when the time simulator in Yang Wu's mind was refreshed again. In the early morning, Yang Wu had breakfast early and then came to the ancient civilization gravity room alone, sitting cross-legged in a gravity chamber that has reached 5,700 times the Earth's gravity. Yang Wu's body did not feel any discomfort. If an ordinary planet-level first-order counselor walked in, he would probably be crushed instantly. Closing his eyes, Yang Wu started his simulated life again. Current number of simulations, 1. Do you want to start the sims now? Yes. Yang Wu ordered in his heart. Before he finished speaking, a line of text appeared on the simulator panel in front of Yang Wu. The characters in the sims are created by the simulator itself, and the memory is different from that of the host. The host should be careful when operating. Please select the personality of the simulated character. 1. Steady. 2. Brave, 3. Passionate. Yang Wu chose a stable character very casually. The previous 3 simulations made him understand that as long as he did not deal with the golden horned beast, no matter what character he chose, he would not be able to escape the disaster in the end. After Yang Wu made his choice, a large amount of text began to appear on the simulator. At the age of 27, your physical fitness has reached the 6th level of the planetary level, and your realm has reached the 2nd level of the domain. With a 2nd level force weapon, you are already the undisputed strongest among humans on Earth at that time. At the same time, you also received part of the inheritance of the immortal force, the fallen ink star, which makes your future cultivation path a little easier. After receiving the inheritance from the fallen ink star, you decided to devote yourself to training. In 1 year, your progress has been astonishing. Not only has your cultivation level successfully reached the 7th level of the planetary level, but your power has also reached 26 times your own. You have also made great progress in other skills. At the age of 28, a terrifying monster suddenly appeared on the Earth. Its strength reached a stellar level, and the strong humans were helpless. Under the leadership of this terrifying monster, countless monsters in the ocean began to madly attack major human-based cities. Humans used destructive nuclear bombs and mysterious firearms obtained from the ruins of ancient civilizations, but they only injured the monsters. After the monster was injured, Hong and Lei Shen decided to fight the monster to the death in the burning domain. As the strongest person on Earth, you naturally also stood up. In the process of burning the field, your understanding of fire world is getting deeper and deeper, and you have successfully reached the 3rd level of the field. Then, you become even more powerful. With the assistance of Hong and Lei Shen, you rushed directly into the body of the terrifying monster and used the 2nd-order force weapon to perform your most powerful trick, Fire Dragon Transformation. The monster was successfully killed by you, but you were also seriously injured and fell unconscious. 29 years old, you are still seriously injured and comatose. At 30 years old, you are still seriously injured and in a coma. At the age of 31, you finally woke up after being in a coma for 3 years. At the same time, your physical fitness has also reached the 8th level of planetary level under the care of Mu Yajing. After waking up, you find yourself in a spaceship. After knowing that you were awake, Hong and Lei Shen, as well as your friend Luo Feng, were very happy. However, they all have important things to do and cannot see you for the time being. After 3 months of flight, you arrived at a planet called Buto Star. On your way back to Earth from planet Butuo, you encountered an interstellar bandit led by a cosmic-level powerhouse, and you were killed. Seeing some simulation experiences that appeared later on the simulator, Yang Wu looked confused at this time. For the first time, he felt that things were beyond his control. Where is Buto Star? Is this place mentioned in the original novel? Why was he on the spaceship heading to Buto's planet? What is the important thing that Luo Feng and the other 3 have to do? Are you targeting the Nolantian family, or are you fighting for the treasures of the Thunder World? It's not like Yang Wu never thought that unexpected situations would occur during the simulation that he couldn't control, but it was too fast. How long has it been? 31 years old, that should be 2063, and the battle of geniuses in the universe has not yet begun. Yang Wu really didn't know what happened to the Earth during the time he was in coma, which could cause such a big deviation from the original trajectory. The simulation ends, you can choose one of the following rewards. 1. Martial arts cultivation at the age of 31. 2. Martial arts insights at the age of 31. 3. Life experience in simulation. By choosing reward 1, Yang Wu's strength improves the fastest, and he will be more confident in facing the Golden Horn Behemoth in the future. By choosing reward 2, Yang Wu's field will immediately improve to the first level, his power will become higher, and his other skills will also increase a lot, which will also be of great help in improving his strength. As for reward 3, Yang Wu had never considered this option before. Every time he chooses a reward, Yang Wu is the first to exclude the 3 rewards. Everything that happened in the simulator was under Yang Wu's control. He was killed by Li Yao, killed by the Golden Horn Beast, and even died after being besieged by monsters. Yang Wu controlled everything. As long as he is strong enough, all these crises will be easily resolved. Therefore, choosing reward 3 makes no sense at all. But this time, Yang Wu hesitated. He didn't know what happened in the simulator that caused him to go to the Butuo planet, which he had never heard of, and Luo Feng and the other 3 were not there either. After thinking for a long time, Yang Wu finally made his choice. I choose reward 3. Yang Wu finally chose reward 3. He wanted to find out what happened during the simulation. Anyone who is interested can guess why there is such a simulation result, and where is Buto Star. Chapter 96 The Reason for the Accident. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. Yang Wu chose reward 3. At the same time that Yang Wu made his choice, many of his own life experiences suddenly appeared in his mind. Countless pictures and scenes unfolded in Yang Wu's mind one by one, just like a movie. However, unlike the movies, these scenes were as if Yang Wu had experienced them himself. They were perfectly integrated with his previous experiences without any discomfort. Yang Wu carefully recalled several important scenes in the simulator. The first thing that appeared was the brutal fight between Yang Wu and the Golden Horn Giant Beast. Just like in the original work, humans first launched a sneak attack with nuclear bombs, and then used B6 class laser cannons to penetrate the head of the Golden Horn Giant Beast. Immediately afterwards, Yang Wu, Hong and Lei Shen stepped forward to fight the monster to the death. This battle was extremely brutal. Fortunately, humans won in the end, and Yang Wu's memory was suspended at that moment. The memory that followed was nothingness, when there was a picture in Yang Wu's memory again. It was already the scene on the spaceship heading to Butuo Star, and Yang Wu finally knew the real cause of the accident in the simulator. In the memory screen, on the spaceship, Yang Wu entered the virtual universe through an anonymous helmet that connected to the virtual universe, and met Luo Feng and the others. Brother Yang, I'm sorry. Luo Feng said to Yang Wu apologetically, we failed to protect the Earth. What happened during this time? In the picture, Yang Wu's expression was very anxious. Third brother. The usually cheerful Thor also had a solemn face. The 3 of us were all seriously injured and comatose in order to resist the devouring beast. However, Brother Hong and I were slightly injured and woke up a year earlier than you. But not long after we woke up, the Earth was discovered by explorers from the universe. There are several star-level experts in the explorers team. Thanks to the star-level slaves purchased by the 4th child, we successfully escaped the disaster. What we didn't expect was that the adventurer team was followed by a huge family fleet, and we couldn't resist at all. Therefore, the coordinates, samples and data of the Earth can only be sent to the Black Dragon Mountain Empire, allowing the Black Dragon Mountain Empire to obtain ownership of the Earth. The Earth has thus escaped the trouble of the Nolanshan family fleet. Now, we have rented another planet near the Earth that is suitable for human survival, the Buto planet, and are now migrating the Earth's humans there. The Nolanshan family? Yang Wu asked in confusion on the screen. Luo Feng said quickly, Brother Yang, the Nolanshan family is a huge force with several cosmic powerhouses. We can't resist at all, so we can only hand over the ownership of the Earth to the more powerful Black Dragon Mountain Empire. However, Brother Yang, please rest assured, we will definitely buy the Earth back. During the simulated experience, Luo Feng vowed. After watching the life experience in the simulator, Yang Wu finally understood why such a big change occurred in the simulator, because Luo Feng did not seize the body of the Golden Horn Giant Beast. Yang Wu and the others killed the golden horn giant beast. Naturally, Luo Feng no longer had to fight the golden horn giant beast, and his important opportunity to seize the golden horn giant beast was gone. The failure to seize the golden horn beast prevented Luo Feng from improving his strength in a cram-like manner. In Yang Wu's simulated memory, when he and Luo Feng met, the other party's strength was a 7th-level planetary warrior and an 8th-level spiritual master. It is estimated that this is the result of Luo Feng's hard training. Otherwise, according to Babata, it would take Luo Feng 50 years to break through to the stellar level. Therefore, Luo Feng failed to break through to the stellar level before the arrival of the Nolantian family, so he was unable to obtain Qianbo's first inheritance to buy the earth. This resulted in them having to hand over the ownership of the earth to the Black Dragon Mountain Empire to avoid the threat from the Noalanshan family. Yes, when Luo Feng sold the Black Dragon spacecraft, he only sold more than 10 billion Black Dragon coins. If they can't get Hu Yanba's first inheritance, where can everyone get 3 trillion Black Dragon coins to buy the earth? If Yang Wu in the simulator has memories of his past life, he might be reminded to use Hu Yanba's account to sell the body of an immortal strongman on the fallen Ink Star spacecraft. However, it is obvious that the memory of the character in the simulator is different from that of Yang Wu, and the memory of the previous life should have been blocked. As for Babata, it was completely impossible to think of this. In the final analysis, it is just an intelligence, so before Luo Feng becomes the territory lord, it will train Luo Feng strictly according to Hu Yanba's arrangements. What's more, in Babata's eyes, even if all the people on Earth died, it wouldn't care at all as long as Luo Feng was fine. It seems that Luo Feng still has to let Luo Feng take over the body of this golden horn giant beast. Yang Wu thought secretly in his heart, this is the crux of the problem. If the Earth wants to successfully avoid the disaster of the Nolantian family fleet, the inheritance of the fallen Ink Star, the golden horn beast, and Luo Feng are indispensable. After thinking about this, Yang Wu made a decision in his heart. He wanted to find the golden horn beast as soon as possible, so that it would be easier for Luo Feng to seize it. Thinking of this, Yang Wu suddenly felt that time was becoming urgent. He only had one more chance to simulate before the golden horn behemoth started attacking humans. Although in the simulation, he, Hong and Lei Shen had successfully defeated the golden horn beast, they also paid a huge price. If this continues, unless he can break through to the star level in the next simulation, it will be impossible to deal with the first-level star-level golden horn behemoth without paying a price. Therefore, only by finding the golden horn behemoth in advance can the Earth avoid a disaster. After several simulations, Yang Wu all died in the hands of the golden horn giant beast. Combined with his own memory of the original work, Yang Wu was very sure that the current time was the time when the golden horn giant beast was just born. As long as the traces of the golden horn giant beast are successfully discovered, it will be very easy to capture it. Thinking of this, Yang Wu immediately walked out of the gravity room, came to a quiet room, and dialed Hong's phone. The phone was quickly connected, and Hong's laughter came from the other side. "Third brother. Why did you remember to contact me today? Do you want to discuss with me again?" That about 10 days ago, at Yang Wu's suggestion, Hong had been accepted as a member of the fallen Ink Star by Luo Feng and Babata. Although his status was not as good as that of Yang Wu, he had also received several warrior inheritances. As for the God of Thunder, he hasn't realized the realm yet, but he's been shut out by Babata. Of course, this incident also stimulated Thor to start practicing in seclusion. However, Babata is very unfavorable about Thor's desire to comprehend the realm. In his opinion, it is already very incredible that there can be two geniuses on Earth who understand the field at the planetary level. As for the third one, that is a complete fantasy. Yang Wu was already looking forward to Babata's expression after Thor understood the realm. He thought it would be exciting. "Brother Hong." Yang Wu thought in his heart, and then said slowly, "Now that our strength has improved a lot, it is time to try to deal with the two beast kings in the ocean. Those two old guys have reached the 6th level of planet level or above. There may be other beast kings in the sea. If a monster suddenly breaks through to star level, we will also be in a lot of trouble." Yang Wu could only push his worries to the two beast kings. As for the golden horn giant beast, now was not the best time for him to tell the news. "What you said makes sense." Hong asked directly. Lao San, what are you going to do? I suggest that we start a meeting at the God of War Palace immediately and convene the leaders of the 5 major powers and the 23 base cities to discuss how to get rid of the king-level monsters in the ocean. No problem. Hong said calmly, I'll contact my second brother and then send out a notice. Chapter 97 Meeting. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. On the afternoon of February 1st, in the conference room on the top floor of the Palace of the God of War, at this time, more than 60 planet-level counselors wearing golden robes had gathered in the conference room, as well as more powerful God of War warriors wearing white robes. Moreover, among the people wearing white robes, there were also leaders from the 5 major powers and other 23 base cities who were not gods of war. Among these leaders, if they are not from the God of War, they usually have no authority to enter the Palace of the God of War, but today, they have all received special authorization. Since the Great Nirvana, humans have been fighting for survival against countless monsters. This has nothing to do with right or wrong, it just involves the continuation of the race. Either you die or I die. Among humans, there are top beings beyond the God of War level, and on the monster side, there are also king-level monsters. Among humans, there are top powerhouses like Hong and Lei Shen, and on the monster side, there are also 2 monster kings, the 8-clawed Beast King and the Thunder Dragon King. For these 2 Beast Kings, humans have always had no way to kill them, so they can only compromise with the monsters, but now, someone actually said that they wanted to get rid of these 2 monster emperors, especially the person who said this was the new world's strongest man, Yang Wu, who had already killed an emperor-level monster. This news shocked, excited, and thrilled countless high-level people on Earth. After everyone got the news, they immediately put down what they were doing and immediately entered the Palace of the God of War, in less than half an hour. Except for a few gods of war who were at the forefront of resisting the beast tide, other gods of war, parliamentarians, and representatives of major forces all appeared in the top-floor conference room of the God of War Palace. Seeing that everyone was almost here, Yang Wu stood up directly and walked to the high platform in front of everyone. Suddenly, the entire conference room became extremely quiet and you could hear a needle drop. Everyone stared seriously at Yang Wu who was standing on the high platform. Everyone. Yang Wu's expression was very serious and he said loudly, after the Battle of Kirishima, we humans have more and more council members. In just 1 month, the number of council members among humans has increased from 57 to 57. 86 bits now. In my opinion, the number of strong people among humans will continue to increase in the future. After all, these are not the only ones we got in Kirishima. But, do you think this will put us humans out of danger? I can tell you with certainty that the human crisis is far from being solved. The number of king-level monsters on land far exceeds the number of our human parliamentarians. And the number of king-level monsters in the ocean is more than 10 times the number of our human parliamentarians. The reason why the king-level monsters are now at peace with us humans is entirely because the strength of the top experts on both sides is almost the same, and our human war bases are also equipped with a large number of laser cannons. The high-level people on Earth understood what Yang Wu said, but they were still listening carefully. However, Yang Wu said seriously, according to some records in ancient civilization ruins, above the planet level, there is the even more terrifying star level. And the 2 beast kings in the sea area, although they only have planets at this time, level 6 and level 7. But who can guarantee that there are only these 2 beast kings in the endless sea? As long as any monster breaks through to the star level, the balance between us and the monsters will be broken. Our laser cannons cannot threaten stellar monsters at all. At that time, disaster for mankind will come. What's more, there are endless monsters in the ocean. We can't be sure at all whether there is a 3rd or 4th beast king in the sea. We humans can nip danger in the cradle only by taking the initiative. As soon as Yang Wu finished speaking, the expressions of many people in the conference hall changed. How long has it been since there was a large-scale conflict between humans and monsters? Since the Great Nirvana, the most serious losses suffered by both humans and monsters were when Yang Wu killed the 5th speaker Atkin and other 5 king-level monsters. The losses on both sides were all caused by Yang Wu. The human side lost a very powerful 5th speaker, and the monster side also lost a planet-level third-level monster leader, but what did Yang Wu say just now? Take the initiative. If this plan is passed in the Ares Palace, it will once again provoke an all-out war between humans and monsters. If the person who said this hadn't been Yang Wu, who had killed an emperor-level monster, everyone in the conference hall would have thought he was a lunatic, but since it was Yang Wu who said this, everyone had to consider the feasibility of this plan. Fifth speaker. Standing at the front of the crowd, America's Ice and Snow Emperor M.O. Henderson bowed slightly and asked respectfully, "Do you already have the strength to kill the two beast kings in the sea?" In M.O. Henderson's view, since Yang Wu was able to kill Kirishima's tentacle monster, he should be able to get rid of the eight-clawed beast king and the thunder dragon king in the sea. If Yang Wu can kill two beast kings, then with the current strength of human beings, even if they face all other king-level monsters, they are not without the power to fight. After all, humans are assisted by laser cannons. I don't know. Yang Wu said, if the two beast kings don't escape, I should have the possibility to kill them. However, if the other party is determined to escape, with the terrifying size of the sea and the large number of low-level enemies, due to the obstruction of monsters, my chances of killing them are very small. However, if a few of us join forces, it will be much easier to kill the Beast King. Everyone, Hong Yi, who had been standing by the side, finally spoke. He said with certainty, "Thunder God and I also agree very much with Yang Wu's decision. With the combined strength of the three of us, we can easily kill anyone even in the sea. One Beast King. Even if two Beast Kings join forces, there is a certain possibility of killing each other." Hong would not have had such confidence before, but in the past few years, he and Thor first obtained part of the Warrior Basics 289 Styles secret book, which more than doubled their strength. Moreover, he later obtained a precious Moyun Vine and an even more precious the Inheritance of the Fallen Ink Star. The rapid improvement in strength gave him more confidence to kill the Beast King. At the same time, he also felt that Yang Wu was right. If a Beast King really breaks through to the star level, it will become a bigger trouble. It is better to deal with it now. After listening to Yang Wu and Hong's words, many powerful people in the conference hall began to think about the possibility of the plan. All of them know what it means if the plan succeeds. Humans will completely defeat the monsters. But they also knew the consequences of the failure of the plan. The two emperor-level monsters would be completely furious, and then set off an extremely huge beast tide. The discussion lasted for a while. Many leaders actually do not agree with Yang Wu's risky plan, but as the three most powerful people on Earth, Yang Wu's opinions are crucial. Moreover, even if everyone disagrees with this plan, Yang Wu and the others can still attack the Beast King. Therefore, it is better to agree to the plan directly so that major base cities can prepare early. Finally, as the five major powers and the HR Alliance agreed to Yang Wu's plan, everyone else also agreed. Next, according to Yang Wu's plan, he began to mobilize a large amount of resources from the major forces, the two major martial arts schools, the five major powers, the HR Alliance, as well as other large and small forces and base cities have all assigned various exploration missions. The plan is divided into three phases. The first stage, explore the land and sea and mark the locations of some king-level monsters with large energy fluctuations. The second stage, use all your strength to kill these powerful king-level monsters and the two-headed monster kings. The third stage, clear out all the king-level monsters and lord-level monsters on the earth. The first stage of the plan is Yang Wu's purpose. Yang Wu believed that under the scrutiny of countless human forces, the golden-horned giant beast that had been born had nowhere to hide. The moment he discovered the golden-horned giant beast was his best opportunity to take action. Chapter 98 Ancient Civilization Ruins Number 12. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. After everything was arranged in the palace of the god of war, Yang Wu no longer thought about how to find the golden-horned giant beast. As the saying goes, there are specialties in the profession. With the current technology of mankind, it is still quite difficult to successfully find the golden-horned giant beast among the thousands of king-level monsters in a vast and endless sea. It is difficult for Yang Wu to help with this matter. After all, he is not a scientific researcher who can control precision instruments. Even if the golden-horned giant beast cannot be found after a while, Yang Wu can still find a reason to ask Babata for help. With Babata's ability, He thought he would be able to detect the location of the golden horned beast very quickly. However, now is not the time to talk about this. Now, Yang Wu is going to provide a layer of insurance for killing the golden horned giant beast and the two-headed beast. Emperor, and obtain the powerful weapons in the ancient civilization ruins number 12. There are many ancient civilization ruins that have been discovered on the earth, and most of them have been explored by many powerful humans. There are only 3 desperate situations, and humans do not yet have enough strength to explore them. Ancient civilization ruins number 1 is located deep in the sea near Bermuda in the North Atlantic. It is a pyramid-shaped silver-white building with a height of 1,200 meters. This ruins is extremely dangerous. Any master on Earth and any hard material will be instantly destroyed once they step into its passage entrance. Ancient civilization relic number 31 is a huge spherical building found near Shenangjia in China. It has a diameter of more than 800 meters and exudes a large amount of poisonous gas all the time. The poisonous gas can penetrate the skin and enter the body, even if you are wearing a black god. A strong person with a suit cannot enter the ancient civilization number 31 alive. Yang Wu had memories of his previous life, so of course he knew what these 2 ruins were. The number 1 ancient civilization relic is an E9 class mechanical spacecraft that is ridden by an immortal strongman from the mechanical family. It is extremely precious and can make the world masters fight crazily for it. Even an immortal existence will probably be moved by it. The ancient civilization ruins number 31 is a world lord level Zerg nest that even Hu Yanba cannot control, and it is of endless value. However, it is extremely difficult to master it. As for the ruins of ancient civilization number 12, although they are called the 3 Jedi along with the ruins of ancient civilization number 1 and the ruins of ancient civilization number 31, they are nothing more than a well-preserved C5 level spacecraft. In the universe, even the star-level powerhouses can afford the cheap goods. Of course, the ship on Earth is made of pure metal, and its value is quite astonishing. Moreover, the owner of this spaceship is obviously a rich man. Although it has gone through endless years, there is still energy that can be used on the spacecraft. This has led to the fact that humans have never been able to enter the interior of the spacecraft. Yang Wu is naturally different from others. He knows the key to opening the door of the spaceship, Julie Ding. Therefore, with Yang Wu's current strength, there is still great hope for successfully conquering the ancient civilization ruins number 12. After resting at home for a day, in the early morning of February 3rd, Yang Wu flew to the Pacific Ocean on a Qiankun-class smart fighter. Qi Yan, mark me the exact location of the ancient civilization ruins number 12. Yang Wu ordered directly in his mind. With Yang Wu's identity, he can naturally easily obtain all the information about the ruins of the number 12 ancient civilization on Earth. Yes, Master. We have now arrived directly above the ruins of ancient civilization number 12. Master, you only need to descend straight down for about 8,400 meters to reach the ruins of ancient civilization number 12. Yang Wu continued to dive deeper and deeper according to the route marked by Qi Yan, and broke through a large amount of mud and rock layers, and finally saw a large warship. Master. Qi Yan's voice rang in Yang Wu's mind. This battleship is the mothership in the Star Fleet, and the command center of the entire fleet. In the entire fleet, its attack is the most powerful, and its defense is also the best. Yang Wu didn't pay much attention to what Qi Yan said. What he wanted to do was to get the well-preserved Black Dragon spacecraft in his hands. The ruins of ancient civilization number 12 were in a certain cabin of this damaged warship. Yang Wu kept moving forward along a safe passage that had been explored by strong human beings. After a while, Yang Wu came to a secret huge cabin. In the center of the cabin, there was a flying saucer-shaped spacecraft with a diameter of more than 100 meters parked. The entire spacecraft is completely black, with a double-winged dragon pattern printed on the hull. Just looking at the surface, the damage to the spacecraft is very small. Master. After seeing this well-preserved spaceship, Qi Yan's voice sounded again. This is a Black Dragon Mountain X-81 model adventurer spacecraft. With it, with a little repair, you can go to the universe. It's an adventure. Qi Yan. Yang Wu asked in his mind, are you sure you can destroy the intelligence of this spacecraft? The intelligence system of this spacecraft has a self-destruct program. If it cannot be destroyed within 30 seconds, it will directly self-destruct. In the original work, even Babata was unable to completely conquer the intelligence of this spaceship, and it was even less likely that Babata's upgraded intelligent red flames would succeed. "No problem, Master," Qi Yan said confidently, "although this spaceship is good, its intelligence level is not too high. As long as you enter the command room and connect the signal transmitter to the console of the spacecraft, it will destroy the intelligence of this spaceship." "That's good." Hearing this, Yang Wu let out a sigh of relief. He didn't want to go to Babata for help unless it was absolutely necessary. After all, in that case, it's not clear whether the spaceship still belongs to him. Among the ruins of the 12th ancient civilization, there are two biggest difficulties faced by mankind. One is the laser channel at the entrance. When someone breaks into the channel, lasers will be emitted from both sides of the channel. The power can even kill ordinary 5th level and 6th level planet level experts. However, this level is naturally not a problem for Yang Wu, who has the Black God suit. The second level is the spaceship gate at the end of the passage. In fact, Hong and Leishan had already solved the problem of the first laser channel a long time ago, but they were all trapped in the spacecraft gate. However, Yang Wu was familiar with the plot of the original work and naturally knew how to open the spaceship gate. Whoosh! Yang Wu was covered in a Black God suit, holding the giant power cap obtained from Hong, and rushed directly from the middle of the laser channel to the spacecraft gate. "Call out! Call out! Call out!" Countless laser rays shot at Yang Wu crazily, but before they reached Yang Wu, the field released by Yang Wu was distorted a lot. The few remaining laser rays hit Yang Wu, but they could not cause any damage at all. Harm! Click! Yang Wu, who walked to the spaceship gate, stuffed the giant axe-like head into the gap of the spaceship gate. The Juliding continued to make strange sounds, and then slowly pushed open the spacecraft gate that only 3rd and 4th level star-level experts could hold up. Yang Wu bent down and quickly rushed into the spacecraft along the gap opened by the giant force roof. The interior of the spacecraft was pitch black, but with Yang Wu's physical fitness, he could see everything around him. Clearly, Yang Wu quickly moved forward along the passage and rushed to the spacecraft control room. At the moment Yang Wu rushed into the spacecraft, the lights in the large control room of the spacecraft suddenly turned on, and a man in military uniform was seen calmly sitting in the center of the control room. Behind him, 3 people stood, men in black uniforms. XXXX. A lingua franca of the universe sounded inside the spacecraft that had been silent for who knows how many thousands of years. Translated into Chinese, it was exactly: human planet-level warriors break in without permission. Threat level, medium. Kill them. Then, 3 black metal robots suddenly appeared in front of Yang Wu, who was advancing. They were all over 2 meters tall, with red crystals in their eyes flashing continuously. Yang Wu knew that these were the 3 robots inside the spacecraft used to kill invading foreign enemies. In the original work, it was Babata who intercepted the intelligent control of the spacecraft, allowing Luo Feng to escape the attack of 3 robots. However, Yang Wu didn't know whether Qi Yan could defeat the 3-headed robot, so he chose the most violent method. That is, blowing away the 3-headed robot. Although Yang Wu's attack was not enough to damage the robot's core, it was not difficult to blast them away. Yang Wu is now at the 6th level of the planetary level, and his power has reached 24 times. Under the full burst, his power is close to the bottom line of the star level. With the assistance of the 2nd level domain, he can deal with 3 metals that can only rely on fixed procedures to attack. Pimples are naturally not a problem. In this way, Yang Wu continued to rush towards the spacecraft control room while resisting the attacks of 3 metal robots. Boom! During the fight, Yang Wu directly knocked open the door of the spacecraft control room. The 3 black metal robots that attacked Yang Wu also rushed in at the same time. Affected by the aftermath of the battle, the soldier sitting in the middle of the spacecraft turned into a pile of powder, and then completely dissipated under the impact. The uniforms of the 3 liquid silver guards behind the man also turned into dust, revealing their true colors. Whoosh! Yang Wu didn't think about the owner of the spacecraft and the 3 silver guards at all. Instead, he blasted away the 3 metal robots in an instant, and then quickly inserted the signal transmitter into the console of the spacecraft. Qi Yan, Do it. Yang Wu ordered directly. Now this spaceship has been regarded by Yang Wu as his personal belongings, and this is the core control room. If Yang Wu and the three-headed metal robot continue to entangle, it will be his personal assets that are damaged. At this time, the image of a green-haired woman suddenly appeared on the spacecraft console, staring at Yang Wu. Then, the intelligent voice of the spacecraft was played in the command room. XX. It's a pity that before the spaceship could finish its intelligent words, it was already destroyed by Qi Yan's overwhelming traffic. As if the chip was short-circuited, sparks were everywhere inside the spacecraft. The console screen also went out in an instant. The three black metal robots that were besieging Yang Wu also stopped their actions in unison. The spacecraft intelligence was completely destroyed. Of course, various systems on the spacecraft have also suffered varying degrees of damage and require repairs before they can continue to be used. Chapter 99 Contribution. You are listening at MTnovel. After solving the problem of spaceship intelligence, Yang Wu finally had time to check the spacecraft owner's relics. Master. Qi Yan's voice rang in Yang Wu's mind. The original owner of this spaceship should be considered a big shot in the galaxy. His relics must be good. Master, please check it quickly. Yang Wu smiled and nodded. In the original work, the relics of the original owner of the spaceship seem to have never appeared again after they were taken away by Luo Feng. But before the Nolantian family fleet arrived on Earth, Luo Feng directly sold the spacecraft and purchased a survival base. In other words, the value of the other relics combined should not be comparable to the value of this spaceship. Luo Feng had already obtained Hu Yanba's first inheritance, so he naturally looked down upon these relics. However, Yang Wu cared very much. After all, he is not like Babada who can find a lot of dry witch coins now. He doesn't have any currency in the universe. Even if he could venture into space, I'm afraid he wouldn't even be able to afford the parking fees for the spacecraft. The original owner of the Black Dragon spacecraft had very few relics. Apart from a few robots, there was only a ring, a piece of personal armor, and a sharp dagger left on the ground. Yang Wu first picked up the dagger and put it in his hand to observe. Master. Qi Yan said in Yang Wu's mind, this is an extremely ordinary second-level force weapon, the Waning Moon Sword. It is not as powerful as your Fire Dragon Spear, Master. Yang Wu nodded slightly, and then picked up the remaining space ring. It is normal for this person to be able to ride on an expensive spaceship made of pure metal, have a bodyguard of liquid silver, and have a small storage ring. This ring is entirely silver-gray in color, with a lifelike black dragon engraved on it. It looks extremely delicate. Unfortunately, when Yang Wu penetrated his spiritual imprint into the ring, he found that the space inside the ring was not large. The space inside the ring is about a cube, with a length, width and height of only about 3 meters. The total space is less than 30 cubic meters. It is really different from the space ring that Yang Wu got from Hong. There are many items in the space ring, including a small pile of energy crystals with their respective models marked in the universal language, a small amount of wood crystals, about 20, a small amount of banknotes and coins, and other miscellaneous items. Of various items, however, the owner of the space ring has been dead for nearly 1,000,000 years, and most of the items in the space ring have been damaged over time because no one maintained them. There is not much energy left in the energy crystal block. The vitality contained in the wood crystal has also dissipated. Most of the banknotes are rotten, and only a few coins are left, which can still be used reluctantly. Yang Wu transferred all the items in the space ring to his own space ring. And then casually put the space ring into the pocket transformed from the Black God suit. He planned to give this space ring as a gift to his younger brother Yang Fan. After taking the spirit of grass and trees that Yang Wu brought home, Yang Fan unexpectedly awakened the ability of a spiritual master. Although he is still at the apprentice level, he can still recognize the master space ring. Master. While Yang Wu was thinking, Qi Yan's voice suddenly rang out. What's the matter? Yang Wu asked directly. I just checked the damage of this spaceship. With my ability, it will be difficult to repair this spaceship when there is insufficient energy. Qi Yan said slowly. What? Yang Wu suddenly felt a little uncomfortable. After all, we still can't escape. Yang Wu sighed while standing in the control room of the spacecraft. If you want to repair the spaceship, you still have to cooperate with Babata, but in this case, I don't know if the spaceship still belongs to me. However, Yang Wu quickly adjusted his mentality. At the very least, he can travel to the universe smoothly, right? Afterwards, Yang Wu walked out of the spacecraft directly, and then put the entire spacecraft directly into his space ring. Of course, this also reduced the area within his space ring by more than half. As for the giant mothership outside, Yang Wu couldn't let go of his space ring no matter what. After leaving the mothership, Yang Wu rushed out of the sea, took his own smart fighter, and flew quickly towards the Jiangnan Bay city. We still need to cooperate with Babata and ask him to repair this Black Dragon Mountain X-81 model adventurer spacecraft. Yang Wu sat on the comfortable seat inside the smart fighter and slowly began to think about how to cooperate with Babata. Collecting this spaceship did not consume much of Yang Wu's time. After returning home, he was just in time for lunch. After lunch, Yang Wu went directly to Luo Feng's home not far from his home. Luo Feng was currently practicing in seclusion at home, working hard to improve himself. After Luo Feng's retreat ended, Yang Wu finally saw each other. In a quiet room in Luo Feng's house, Yang Wu and Luo Feng sat opposite each other. "Brother Yang," Luo Feng asked with a smile, "aren't you preparing to kill 2 emperor-level monsters recently? How come you have time to come to my place?" Yang Wu smiled and said, "That's why I came to you for help." "Looking for my help?" Luo Feng said doubtfully, "How can I help?" Although Luo Feng is now very strong, his training time is too short. If you give him a while, he may be able to kill 2 beast kings. But now, his strength is about the same as that of the third speaker, M.O. Henderson, so how can he possibly help Yang Wu? "Is Lord Babata here?" Yang Wu asked directly. "Yang Wu, what do you want from me?" A shadow of a child in black robes suddenly appeared next to Luo Feng. It was the intelligent life Babata. Yang Wu smiled and said, "I went to the ruins of ancient civilization number 12 before and got a spaceship. There should be more powerful weapons on the spaceship. I hope Lord Babata can help repair it." "Spaceship?" Babata's voice suddenly became excited. "What kind of spaceship is it, and how complete is it?" "Lord Babata." Then, an illusory red fire dragon shadow appeared next to Yang Wu. It was Yang Wu's auxiliary intelligence, Qi Yan. However, Qi Yan's expression seemed much duller, not as anthropomorphic as Babata's. "What my master and I discovered was a C5, level Hailongshan X-81 model spaceship. The spacecraft is in high integrity, but some auxiliary systems were damaged by me." After Qi Yan finished speaking, a stream of light shot from Babata to the intelligent Qi Yan next to Yang Wu. Strictly speaking, Qi Yan can only be regarded as Babata's subsidiary intelligence, and naturally cannot stop Babata's exploration. The streamer returned, and Babata shouted excitedly, "It turned out to be it. It turned out to be it, it's so great. As long as this spacecraft is repaired, we can go on adventures in the universe. Yang Wu, you were too careless and destroyed so many systems inside the spacecraft. It will take a long time to repair it. Okay, give me the spaceship. After I repair it, we can go on adventures in the universe together." Babata kept talking on the side, looking very excited. Originally, it had begun to slowly build a spaceship, but building it from scratch was a waste of time. It is far less convenient than repairing a spaceship with high integrity as it is now. What's more, this spaceship is of a higher grade and safer to use. However, Yang Wu did not hand over the spaceship to Babata immediately. He also had his own plan in mind. "Lord Babata, I can find such a well-preserved spaceship this time. It must be a great contribution to our lineage on the fallen ink star." Yang Wu asked with a smile. Babata suddenly didn't know what to say. However, Babata reacted quickly, and said calmly, "I don't know how many C-class spaceships there are on UMA planet. You can find such a spaceship, although it is not bad, but for as far as my Yuanmoxing lineage is concerned, this is not a big contribution." "Lord Babata," Yang Wu said seriously, "that was in the past. You can't bring out a complete spaceship now. If I can't find this spaceship this time, our Yuanmoxing lineage will not be able to find it. Knowing how long you will be trapped on Earth, how can this not be a great contribution?" After listening to Yang Wu's words, Babata stood there thinking for a while, and then slowly said, "Okay. I'll count you as a big contribution this time. What do you want from me? But I can tell you clearly in advance, you must not open your mouth like a lion." Chapter 100 Appearance. You are listening at MaleProtagonist. What do you want? Yang Wu was also a little embarrassed. He wants too many things, resources, secrets, and all kinds of knowledge. However, with a C5 level spaceship, it is absolutely impossible to obtain all of these things. If we can successfully capture the Golden Horned Beast and let Luo Feng take over, that will be enough. Lord Babata, I want to change a set of martial arts secrets for close combat. After thinking for a while, Yang Wu finally knew what he wanted to change. Soon, Yang Wu will face the Golden Horn Behemoth. Who knows how high the Golden Horn Behemoth can grow? If Yang Wu wanted to improve his combat effectiveness in a short period of time, he could only work on attack, defense, and body skills. In terms of attack, Yang Wu has the Fire Dragon Spear. Although he has already understood the second form of the Fire Dragon Spear, there is still a lot of room for improvement in the future, so there is no need to change it for a while. In terms of defense, Yang Wu has the Black God Suit. Although it is not top-notch, but even Luo Feng only uses the Black God Suit, and Babata should not be able to come up with better defensive equipment for the time being. Only body skills have always been Yang Wu's shortcomings, whether in the simulator or in reality. Yang Wu's movement skills were worse than his marksmanship. Therefore, if you want to improve your strength, choosing a suitable movement technique is the best choice. Warrior's melee combat skills. After hearing Yang Wu's choice, Babata stood aside and nodded slightly. You have a good sense. You should really choose a suitable movement method to practice now. Babata has followed Hu Yanba for more than 60 million years, and his knowledge is naturally extraordinary. After thinking about it for a while, he understood what Yang Wu was thinking. Yang Wu, you were able to find a well-preserved spaceship this time. It is indeed a big contribution to the current Yunmoxing lineage. Babata searched briefly among the many secret techniques he had mastered, and immediately found a close combat movement secret book suitable for Yang Wu's practice, and then said, "This time I will reward you with a warrior close combat movement secret book, Escape Empty. This is an extremely famous body skill in the universe. If you practice it to an advanced level, you may even master a trace of the laws of space." Master a trace of the laws of space. Yang Wu couldn't help but feel a little disappointed. Luo Feng had already mastered a trace of the laws of space during the Cosmic Genius battle. Is this the pinnacle of the escape secret book only to that level? However, this escape cheat book is enough for Yang Wu's current stage of practice. If it is too advanced, it will not be easy to practice. Thank you, Lord Babata. In the end, Yang Wu happily accepted the escape cheats provided by Babata, and handed over the Black Dragon Mountain X-81 model adventurer spacecraft obtained from the ruins of ancient civilization number 12 to the other party. Boy Yang Wu, you did a good job this time. Yang Wu helped Babata save several years of building the spaceship this time. Therefore, after receiving the spacecraft, Babata gave a rare compliment and promised, "Don't worry, I have all kinds of secret techniques here. You can if you make great contributions in the future, I will continue to reward you." Reward? Yang Wu smiled secretly in his heart, and then made up his mind that next time he must use the Golden Horn Beast to make Babata bleed. I will definitely do it. Yang Wu smiled, and then said, "Luo Feng, if you have nothing else to do, I will go home first." Luo Feng has been obsessed with practicing recently and naturally has nothing to do, so Yang Wu went home directly. In the next period of time, after Yang Wu arranged things clearly, he began to practice in seclusion. However, Yang Wu did not continue to practice Fire World and Soul's Soul this time. The first level of soul condensation has been trained by Yang Wu, and it is thought that it is enough to face the soul attack of the Golden Horn Giant Beast. What's more, among the major talents of the Golden Horn Behemoth, there is no soul attack method. As for the Golden Horn Behemoth's own training, what secret techniques can the newly born Golden Horn Giant Beast master? Fire World is an auxiliary secret method that helps warriors understand the realm and laws. Although it is more precious, if it is not understood in a short period of time, it will not have much effect on improving strength. Therefore, in addition to using wood crystals every day to cultivate his genetic energy, Yang Wu focused his training on the second form of the Fire Dragon Spear, Fire Dragon Transformation, and the movement technique, Escape from the Sky. Time flies like water, and it's July 2059 in a blink of an eye. On July 19, humans finally quietly deployed and completed detection equipment that can detect various life information on a large scale without disturbing any king-level monsters. In the past, when humans monitored some powerful king-level monsters, they had to know the opponent's location and information in advance, and then record the opponent's life information so that they could be tracked all the time. But if it is a monster that humans have never seen before, it will be difficult for humans to detect it. But this time, in order to explore the king-level monsters in the sea on a large scale, all the major forces on the Earth contributed some precious instruments obtained from the ruins of ancient civilizations. Coupled with the joint efforts of many top scientific researchers, finally in more than 5 years, months later, this huge work was completed. After the meeting at the Ares Palace, this preliminary exploration work was handed over to the 5 major powers. Among the 5 major powers, in terms of technological level, the United States is naturally the leader. Therefore, the overall commander of this task fell on the Ice and Snow Emperor, Mo Henderson. At this time, in a research base in Washington, D.C., Merdenson stood with several congressmen from other countries and watched the staff make final adjustments to the instruments. Third speaker. A staff member wearing a white robe walked up to Mo Henderson and said respectfully, "All the equipment has been debugged and the large-scale exploration mission can begin. Start investigating immediately." Mo Henderson ordered directly. Not long ago, Yang Wucai called Mo Henderson to inquire about the progress of his operation. Although in Yang Wu's memory, the Goldenhorn Behemoth will not break through to the star level until next year, there is still plenty of time, but there may be other changes. Therefore, Yang Wu has been urging Mo Henderson to speed up. If no trace of the Goldenhorn Beast is found before August 1st, Yang Wu may really have to go to Babata to help investigate. Fortunately, everyone finally completed all the work before August 1st. After Mo Henderson gave the order, the staff immediately began to investigate. In an instant, the satellites orbiting the Earth started working at the same time, cooperating with the countless precision instruments placed by humans on the surface, and began to detect the countless life breaths on the Earth. At the same time, countless red light spots showing the breath of life appeared on the big screen in front of Mo Henderson. Shield the breath of life below the planet level, Mo Henderson ordered. Then, the light spots on the screen began to disappear in large numbers, and in the end, only more than 1,000 scattered light spots remained. Most of these light spots are distributed in the endless sea, and there are also many in the wilderness areas on land. The human base cities have the fewest light spots. On average, there are only 2 or 3 in each base city. Where is the Kyoto base city of China? Mo Henderson looked at a location on the screen in surprise, where there were more than 10 light spots densely packed together. It seems that China gained a lot from the battle at Kirishima. Mo Henderson suddenly sighed. Representatives from other countries and forces also looked at Representative Zhu Shi, who came here on behalf of China. Among the human base cities displayed on the screen, the location with the most light spots is the Kyoto base city of China, even more than the current Washington base city. You must know that the Washington base city at this time is filled with many planet-level beings from the 5 major powers. Everyone, those light spots do not mean that they are all planet-level powerhouses belonging to China. Zhu Shi quickly explained. For example, Representative Wang of the HR Alliance is in the Kyoto base city. Mo Henderson glanced at Zhu Shi meaningfully and continued to order, block the breath of life below the 3rd level of planetary level. Suddenly, most of the light spots on the screen disappeared again, leaving only a few dozen light spots. Most of them are located in the sea. Record the locations of these life auras, and then block the life auras below the 6th planetary level again. 10 minutes later, the red dots on the screen disappeared again, and finally, only 6 were left. 3 of the 6 light spots are located in the human base city, and they are Yang Wu, Hong, and Lei Shen. The other 3 light spots are located in the Pacific Ocean. A 3rd Beast King actually appeared.